of neat that we were able to do that. But Craig, we do have a caller, and who we got out there?
It's me, Mike.
Hey, Mr. Mike.
Hey,
we were just
Mike.
talking about you.
Hi, Craig.
Hey,
Oh, still there?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, brother. I thought I lost you for a minute there.
Nah, I'm still here.
How you been doing?
Yeah, interesting topic you're working on there. I can remember, about 6 years ago, there was a pulse machine they were guaranteeing could discriminate and go deep as the world, but it's never made it to market.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I know there's a couple of them out there that came out recently, but they're not all they're cracked up to be, I know.
Yeah, no, they don't. There's just it was supposed to discriminate and all those things, and it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I think they've pretty much got to the limits, actually, with most of the stuff.
Yeah, they got to start thinking outside the box. I think that's where they got to take. You only can soup up a V8 so much before it's just nothing else you can do to it. Comparing it to a car engine. So you got to start getting outside of the box. I think that's where Bliss-Tool comes in. The technology he's using, the way he's using it, is outside of the box thinking, and that's why it's able to do what it does. I mean, you just came back. Mike Miller's down there at the Suncoast Research and Recovery Club. For those of you that haven't heard him before, he does a lot of the website work and everything. He also is involved with Ring Finders, does a lot of retrievals for people, as the whole club does, and they do a real good job with it. But Mike just got back from a little cruise there, if you want to talk about that a little bit. You said you found some gold.
I gotta tell you, my life has been miserable for now about 3 weeks. Just before the cruise.
What happened?
I've always kept two water detectors. I use CZs 21s, and both of them died.
Oh my gosh.
And so I thought, I'm screwed. So I went on the internet. I bought another one. And I took it out, and not a new one, just to use CZ20. And I took it out, hunted with it for about 4 hours, and got it under the water, and it went out.
Oh, was it the seals?
It must be. I don't know this one. I don't know. One was a CZ20 that I bought a year ago, so I keep expecting those to die anyway because they're so old. But so it goes back in, and it's back on its way to me again. They just turn it into a CZ21, and you end up with a brand new machine. But
that's good.
Yeah, and then I just talked to Felix down there, and he said the 21, he didn't have the paperwork. He didn't know what went wrong, but they're fixing that for free. And that machine is 30 years old.
Yeah.
But it was converted about 5 years ago, I think, anyway. So anyway, that started out my vacation. So I ended up borrowing my son's. And we just went on a short cruise. First time I ever been on a cruise. Had to find out what that was about.
But you didn't get seasick, did you?
Huh? No.
You
don't even know you're on a boat, man. It's just solid. But hit the first beach, came up with 5 rings. One 18-carat, one 10-carat, one silver, one steel, and one junker.
Dang, you did good, brother.
Yeah, not bad. That first day, I felt really good, but after that, it was all downhill. So anyway, I had a lot of fun.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Used up all your luck the first day.
Yeah.
I sure did. I did. Exactly that.
Well, see, Mike, what you're supposed to do is you found all the gold the first day, then you drink mojitos the rest of the time, and you forget about everything.
You know what? I would hunt during the day and drink mojitos at night.
Yeah, there you go.
That might be why I didn't do so good the second 2 days.
Hey, that's all right. You're on vacation. You had to put your drink holder on the detector. That way you can do both of them at the same time.
Yep, that's true.
But what do you have going? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No. So anyways, we got back, and I went out, gave my son back his machine, and all I got left now for water is PI machine. I got a headhunter that I had as a backup in case everything died, which I'm glad I had. But we went out, and I must have dug over 100 hairpins. God almighty, on Clearwater Beach.
Yeah.
Come up to my son, and he's holding a big old 18-karat band from some guy, so he did well.
Oh, that's good. You don't find very Clearwater Beach for you guys that are not from down here. If you don't see 5 or 6 guys on that beach every day, if something's wrong, you know everybody's detector broke. That place is loaded with hunters, and well, me and Mike and Paul Hill and Tom Jones, I think even Jay Wallen was there. We could see the holes dug by other hunters the morning of or the night before. When we were down there, we were following their tracks and digging stuff right where their holes were. It's kind of comical, but yeah, there's a lot of competition down there, that's for sure. So,
yeah, one guy I ran into, a guy from Iowa, I think he was down here. He'd been down hunting for 6 days or so, but he said on Sunday there was 20 hunters down there.
Yeah, I love hunting behind them all the time. I seem to do very well. You know, it just maybe they're trying to use. Some of these guys are using the machine on the wet sand that doesn't handle it well, and they are only getting a couple inches down. So and they see me digging 25 holes and digging up all this change and everything, which is just clad. But still, they're like, "How are you doing that?" I said, "Man, I know it just works well on this kind of wet salt sand, and it's the way it is. I mean, it's just different detector." But
I'm looking forward to Monday night. I think we'll have some fun. I think Paul's going to be there. I think Tom will too.
Okay, what beach do you guys want to hit?
I don't know yet. Let's take a vote after the meeting.
No, I'm up
10 minutes from any beach from there anyway.
I want the beach that's around 57 degrees.
Huh?
It's been so stinking. Yeah, I was going to say, it's been so stinking hot down here. I want a 57-degree weather to hunt the nighttime. So pick that beach out for us.
That ain't going to happen, but it'll be real pleasant at night.
Yeah.
So the water's like 85 now or something.
Yeah, it's ungodly humid down here. I mean, you got the sea breeze down there. I don't know. We're not getting much of a sea breeze where I'm at. Usually it's kind of cool, but it's just been so stifling, hot, humid. Air conditioners are running 24 hours a day. It's just crazy up here. I just haven't figured it out. We did have a couple days of reprieve where it was comfortable for at least half of the day. I mean, it was within reason, but I think it's that humidity just pounding us to death. So.
Yeah, we got a lot of humidity up here. It's not as hot, but it feels horrible, like even when it's 80.
Yeah. 10 minutes you're sweating like crazy and you're not even doing nothing. I hate that. So, but you went out and I say Paul just got back into town, didn't he?
Yeah, he just landed the day before, I think yesterday. They're up scallop hunting right now.
Oh yeah, it's big. I didn't even know if they're going to have a season this year. Last year they kind of cut it short. The sea scallops there, or whatever. For those of you who don't know, we do hunt for those. but yeah, I'm looking forward to it, Mike. I mean, I kind of getting stuff around and everything. I actually I've been working on detectors all week. It's what it seems like, putting batteries in these old V3s and stuff, and getting them all sent back and all that. But that's what happens when you're a dealer. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I'm not used to getting 4 and 5 a day, but a lot of these are just, they're just been, left on or whatever. They're just getting older. The batteries are and just have to be replaced. The good thing, though, I'm getting them out like almost the same day or the next day, so it's not like a long waiting time or nothing like that to get your detector back. So, but that's been going pretty good. I'm able to do a lot more with these V3s as far as tuning them in better and stuff, using the oscilloscopes and the multimeters and and even tweaking them even more so they're almost supercharged now. So I'm getting pretty proficient at it compared to what I was doing a year or two ago. So that's helping everybody out too, I think. So
that's great.
Oh yeah, doing what I can do.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to getting the V6 out there in the wet sand with a low tide and just pounding it.
Yep.
I've been water hunting all the time until all my machines died. And now
Right.
at this time of year, I go out there early in the morning and then just stay in the water until 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You stay cool. So it's nice.
I could
Beat the
have.
heck out of what you've been doing.
I know. Always working on something. Just never seem to have the time. And oh shoot, life sucks sometimes when you have to work all the time.
Well, this retirement, it sucks, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, it was reminding me when you said your machines all went out on you. I said you could have called Thunderdome up. I'm sure he would have had a CZ21 you could have borrowed. He has an arsenal of metal detectors. I swear there's 20 of them. I think there's literally 17.
I thought I did until that all happened. I don't know. I've never had that happen.
Yeah. Well, at least they're all going to come back to you brand new, just about, or at least mechanically. Yep. That's a good thing. We got to get you back on the show, Mike, for actually a guest on the show, and I think I talked to you a little bit about that before, because we did this on 1000 Mics before, but I think Mike's show got totally butchered because of the signal and the failing and all kinds of stuff, the sound. I'd like to have you and Tom both, on different nights and have you guys on along with a couple other people. I know that Fred actually has a guy from his hunt club up there in New Jersey. I guess this guy's just a wealth of knowledge too, and I'm going to call him this week and get him on a show. And Larry from Larry's Thoughts on Metal Detecting, he came on the show the one time, and I've been meaning to call him up and get him on here. I think these, all you guys just have, just between the stories and the knowledge of metal detecting is really good for our newer listeners, and heck, a lot of us veterans like listening to it too. So we'll have to set something up. Put you on the spot, Mike.
Yeah, one of the reasons I called in, actually, well, we'll do that whenever, but was you were talking about coils, and, people don't talk about coils enough in reality. You ought to know your coil as well as you know your machine. Because just as you were saying, if it's concentric, you got to know how to operate in the concentric mode, because you got to do at least half overlap or you're losing ground.
Definitely.
Yeah. Definitely.
And the other thing that I've spent some time trying to learn more about coils, and one of the things I found out is, in reality, the concentric actually goes deeper than a double D. But a double D goes almost as deep as the end of the cone on a concentric, but not quite. But it's across like a blade on the whole coil, so it lets you cover the entire width of the coil on a swing, so you only have to overlap a quarter or so.
Yeah, it's for those of you that don't know that, like Mike was saying, picture a cone, and that's what the signal looks like going into the ground with a concentric coil. It comes to a point somewhere down deeper in the ground, and picture a double D coil as being just as wide as the coil is. If you have a 12-inch coil, it's a 12-inch blade that's going almost as deep as a concentric, but you're getting so much more area. You're not losing targets at that end of that cone-shaped, the point. You're not losing as many targets if you're using a double D because of that. So, and they do have a...
doesn't the double D also deal with mineralization a little better?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's a consideration also. If you got the choice and you in bad ground, you probably don't want a concentric.
Well, yeah, exactly, like Culpeper or whatever. If you got any kind of mineralization, it's tough. I mean, that's why the Nautilus, I think, doesn't do as well in mineralized ground. It's because they're more. Most of them are concentric. Well, I think they have a new one out that supposedly that I don't know if that's double D or concentric or not. I'm reading a little bit about it, but the mineralization just kills a Nautilus, from what everybody's told me.
That's because it's all concentric coils that I know of, unless they got a brand new one.
Rumors of it. I've seen some photos up, but I don't know if it's actually new or just redone or something. Something's different about it, but I don't think it's going to amount to much as far as depth, compared to a lot of these machines. So, Good machine. I mean, for what it does in a mild ground. A lot of the guys use them. A lot of relic hunters used them. Well, Craig did. I think you
used
did
one
too.
for